What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 141. My name is Bret, aka Enigma9011, and today I am joined, making her return, by Kayla, aka at Rainbow Supernova. Kayla, how's it going?
It's going fantastic.
Good. Thanks for hopping on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me back. It's wonderful.
Of course. If you guys want to catch this podcast live, you can go to twitch.tv/Enigma9011 every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Join the chat and on the conversation. If you're a subscriber over there, love to have you in on all the fun chatter. But if you can't catch it live, that's A-OK. Go over to YouTube and podcast services the very next week, where it's broken out topic by topic and put as one big video and MP3 for amusement on the following week. I was about to say weekend. That's not how it is. Following week! And last but not least, hashtag ad merch store. Get all your swag over there. T-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. Rep the brand. Support us, and we'd love you for it. Now, people who are listening or watching this podcast now, a little behind the scenes. Kayla can't even see me now, and that's why I understand the confusion. I never plugged in my other webcam. My bad.
See, I am also having... I'm just like, okay, I have your screen up, and I'm like reacting a little bit to that, but it's a little delayed, so I'm like... Yes, I'm going to try and match the energy without actually knowing what's going on.
Oh my god, now I'm fucking everything up? Okay. Anyways, let's see. So yeah, we're having fun on the technical difficulty side of things already. Hope you guys are enjoying that if you're watching the video. If not, you're missing out. That's not the webcam. I want this. There it is. Look at that green screen crap. Okay, now we good?
Yes.
We are
this
good.
Looks
okay,
great.
Good. Now we can react to each other. Okay, good. Now I understand the confusion. So we're back for another podcast. And yes, we're back with Kayla after... Oh boy, I do not remember what the last podcast you were on was.
I do.
You do? Oh, okay. Somebody did their homework.
Well, kind of. I remember Big John was on it.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about... the cups versus mugs debate, obviously.
Was it when John was there? I thought that was...
Yeah, Big John was there.
Oh, really? Okay.
It was before he moved. This was also post, world ending.
It was post-world ending? It was pre-world ending.
Pre-world ending, yes.
Yes.
Whoops.
The forgotten times.
Got those mixed up. It's all good. Yes, the before times when nothing could harm us.
Man, what a time. What a time.
Yes.
So it's been a minute. It's been a minute since Carol's been on.
It's been a while.
Yes. So, speaking of a minute, this is a weird transfer, but kind of works into topic one. Topic one today is anime. And I didn't know Kayla was a big fan of anime until recently. So I kind of wanted to pick her brain about the animes and what she's into. So yeah, Kayla, how'd you get into anime? Let's start at the beginning, the before times.
The before times. Honestly, it all started thanks to my brother, because when he would come home every day, it was always watching Dragon Ball Z or original Dragon Ball and into all the others, and that's how it kind of started.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met a friend through my neighborhood, just random encounter, and I guess I must have been talking about Dragon Ball Z, or maybe my brother was, and they're like, "Oh, do you like anime?" And I'm like, "What?" So she's like, "Well, let me show you an anime," and it was actually Inuyasha, subtitled. It wasn't even dubbed. It was just, "Oh, I gotta read some stuff. Okay, that's gonna work out wonderful."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was like even pre-middle school. No, I was actually probably in middle school at that point. And so I guess my real first anime was Dragon Ball Z, but also Inuyasha, because I kind of just followed into that and kept watching that a little bit. I never got to the end, so.
Gotcha. Okay.
Don't know anything about the ending, but I pieced it together from seeing on Crunchyroll, they have a spin-off of their daughter.
Oh, okay.
Or something. So I'm like, oh, okay. Eventually I'll get back into that and figure out the ending, and maybe watch that, but haven't gotten to that part yet.
Okay. And then since watching Dragon Ball Z and Inuyasha, like, has it been a pretty consistent watching of anime, or was there a lapse and then now you've been kind of getting back into it?
There was a bit of a lapse during high school. I didn't watch too much. I don't even remember high school, honestly. I don't remember what I was doing.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I mean, I spent a lot of time outside with, my best friends. I was a lot of outsideness. But then I did get back into it and went heavy with the One Piece and, a bunch of other ones that had to take a break in between One Piece because, oh boy.
Yeah, this is like a shit ton of episodes in One Piece, aren't there?
We have reached over 1,000! Yay!
Oh my god. How long are episodes? Is it like 20 minutes? Are they the...
Yeah, 20 minutes.
I don't want to do that math. Well, I mean, 20,000 minutes divided by 60. How many hours? Oh.
So, yeah, I'm only on like 600.
Okay.
I took a very long break, like years long break. But I'm also watching it in subbed, not dubbed. So,
oh god. Okay.
Yeah. It's a workout.
Okay, so I guess
have to really be ready to read if I want to watch a lot of episodes.
So I guess that will be my next question. Do you prefer subbed or do you prefer dubbed?
Both.
Okay.
I do like both. Preferably if I'm going to try and breeze through an anime, I usually try to do the dub, just because it is a little bit easier. I can relax while not having to, like, focus too much. I don't have to focus what's on the screen to quickly read the subtitle and be like, shit, I missed something. I gotta go back 10 seconds and watch or reread something. And a lot of, like, lately I've been watching a lot of, like, just one season shorts, just banging through those, and those have all been in the has been dubbed. So I guess maybe I prefer dubbed a little bit more, but if I start an anime in subbed, I cannot go and switch it to dub it.
Okay.
I don't know, I have to either finish it in sub or just start it in the dub.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's been something for me. I'm like nothing against subtitles. Obviously, they have their place and they're important. For me, like you mentioned, the focus aspect. Like, you're reading the subtitles and then you're either missing whatever's going on top action-wise, or you didn't read it fast enough. In my case, because I'm slow at reading, like, yeah, you got to go back and like it breaks it up and it doesn't flow as well, or you don't get as much out of it. In my case. So yeah, dubs are all the way for me. It's like we were watching, Lady and I were watching Demon Slayer. We got really into Demon Slayer, and then it got to season 3, and they hadn't dubbed it yet, and we're like, "Fuck." Well, it's there to watch, but no, it's not happening. So yeah, there's that. So you had mentioned obviously Dragon Ball. You mentioned Inuyasha, One Piece. What are animes that you're watching now?
As I said, One Piece. At the moment, I gotta try and think of it. It's a long name, and I'm like, I don't remember half of it.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just because I just started it. But I've been watching, just like I said, a lot of ones that I've just been running through. One that I actually really liked recently was In For Spirits.
Okay.
And so I've been watching a lot of romance ones.
Okay.
Because I like the cute little lovey-dovey, like, strangers to, or enemies to lovers, and it's just like, it's so cute to watch the growth. It tickles my insides. But that one was a really nice one. An Ancient Mage's Bride. That one was... I really liked that one. It was super adorable. Super just... Okay. So many twists and turns that you're just like, wait, okay, this is happening? But this is happening? Oh, this is adorable. There's a few sad parts. I cried when a dragon died.
Oh.
He wasn't sad though. He turned into a magnificent tree.
Oh,
It's
okay.
beautiful.
All right.
Spoiler right there for anybody that want to watch
God. No, I'm just kidding.
that. But yeah, it's just a lot of those. But I have been going back to the One Piece, banging through a few episodes of those throughout the week. Whenever I get a chance to be like, all right, I'm up for some reading.
Mhm.
Let's go. I wish I started it in the dub.
Yeah, now you're committed.
Well, I did try to go and watch some of the older episodes in the dub to see if I could try to make that transition.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm. Nope. Some of the voices, I was like,
Oh.
cringing. I'm like,
Right.
nope. I'm going back. I'm okay. I can read.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. And then, what would you say some of your favorite animes that you've watched have been?
Fruits Baskets.
Okay.
That is adorable. I love it. They're coming out with a prequel
Oh, really?
for
Okay.
how the mom met the dad.
Okay.
So I'm like, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I also have been skipping through and watching Ouran High School Host Club.
Okay, sounds familiar.
I've watched that about. I'm probably going on my 4th or 5th run through with that.
Okay.
Fruits Baskets I watched twice.
Mm-hmm.
See. I mean, obviously, One Piece. Even though I'm still going through it,
Mm-hmm.
there's been a lot of emotion with that one.
Okay.
There was one arc where I won't spoil anything that happened, but there's an arc where it focuses solely on 2 characters and their upbringing, and then this character tragically dies.
Oh.
And it pulls at the heartstrings, and then there's just like a couple more fillers of them throughout the years, and it's just like it makes you feel all the feels. So
One Piece is dumb, apparently. So just kidding.
I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, even though it's wrong. Just gonna let you know there, you're wrong.
He's not involved
It's
on the reading nights.
beautiful, okay? It's beautiful. You don't understand. But yeah,
Okay.
I'd definitely say that one was, and also just obviously Dragon Ball is a favorite just because I grew up around it, and you know, there's still stuff coming out to this day, and
Yeah.
it's nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, yeah, so we've watched Fruit Baskets. I don't remember how much we've watched. Peanut Gallery, do you know how much we've watched of Fruit Baskets? Fruits Basket, my bad. There's an S in there somewhere.
It's Fruits Basket.
Don't remember. Okay, well, we watched, I want to say 2 seasons of that? Yeah.
That sounds about right, because there is 3 seasons.
Yeah, there's 3. Yeah, okay.
Who's your favorite, if you remember?
It's been a while. Crap. I liked the eldest guy that is in their household, but then he kind of turns into a perv. And he treats...
Okay, so that's Sugar, right?
He treats his writing assistant like so shitty. It's just like, oh
yeah.
my god.
That poor woman.
Yeah. So I really liked him, but yeah, he's kind of a creep.
Yep.
The one boy, the blonde, he's funny. A little annoying at times, but like the cousin or whatever.
Memoji?
I don't know. He's got the higher, like, he's like, not Swedish, but he's got some kind of accent.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Yeah, he's the German. Yeah, that's Momiji. I love him. He's so fucking adorable.
What'd you say, Peanut Gallery?
He's the rabbit.
He is the rabbit, yes. There you go. Yeah. But yeah, that whole show is just entertaining of, like, because Lady has known it from the manga, and I guess the series we watched wasn't the original, but it was like a remake of the original or something like that. So me just like trying to figure out like wait, who's an animal? What animal are they? Because it's the Chinese zodiac or whatever the fuck it is. And I'm like, wait, that one doesn't add up. What is this animal? So that was entertaining when we did watch it. We'll have to pick that one back up at some point.
There is the original, and then there is the redo.
Mm-hmm.
The redo is pretty original to, like, canon to the original. It's a little bit of a nicer art style, and it's a little more, it has like more of a smoother flow to the storytelling.
Gotcha.
Than the original, but they don't leave anything out. So
Okay. But yeah,
I've watched both.
Both of them. Okay, but that's been a good one. So who would you say are some of your favorite characters, whether it's the animes that you talked about, they're your favorites, or just in general across all anime? What are some standout characters that you have?
There's Ace from One Piece,
Mm-hmm.
and Luffy from One Piece, and Zoro.
I mean, hey, that's fine.
Let's just say the whole not the whole One Piece crew, because there are a few that I'm like, you are cool, but you're not my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Sanji is awesome. Luffy, Zoro, Tony Chopper. He's a reindeer.
Okay. Oh, is that guy? Okay.
Yeah, he's the reindeer with the hat.
Mm-hmm.
There's also, there's a specific character from Seven Deadly Sins, and he is, what is his name again? He is if Genghis is still in the chat, he knows who I'm talking about. We just talked about him yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The Lion of Pride?
Okay.
What's his name? Hey, you!
Phone a friend.
I have phone and a friend, they're right there. What's that, from Seven Deadly Sins? Sun Boy. Yeah. Well, no, it's not Gunther. Gunther was the pink-haired one.
All right.
But
so,
yeah,
to be determined. Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, we'll pass him on. Piccolo
Mm.
from Dragon Ball Z.
Best dad.
He's always been, yes, best. He is okay. Vegeta, also a great dad. Wears pink.
I don't know about
Okay, no, he's not a great dad at all. Sorry.
Kind of treats Trunk like a piece of shit.
Yeah, kind of. That's just, I mean, Goku just kind of died. So.
He's died a bunch.
One from the Ape Shit Mage's Bride, Elias Ainsworth. He's
Escanor, says Genghis.
Escanor, yes. He pretty much, sorry, the dog's underneath.
Oh, you're fine.
You're not supposed to be under here. Go on to the side. Thank you. But yeah, like Haru from Fruits Baskets, because he turns into Dark Haru.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some things he does that's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And there are a couple from Demon Slayer. I haven't watched the second season yet, though.
Oh, okay.
I know. I'm terrible. I should actually do that. But, I mean, Nezuko.
Mm-hmm.
She's adorable. And as much as I hate him, I've grown to like him. Zenitsu.
Oh, is that the blonde kid?
Yes,
oh
the one who's always screaming and losing his mind, and then will just faint, apparently. And that's like, nope, he's good. Mm-hmm. He's gonna do his one move that he knows and do his thing. And I'm like, do I want to sit through another season of this?
I know.
I don't know if I do, but at the same time, I love him because it's just like, You're so cringe.
It's that weird level, because I feel that way with Mineta from My Hero Academia. Like, he's cringe and how pervy he is, but I love him. But yeah, Zenitsu, I'm like, bro, I'm so done with this. Can we move on, please? But how what? No love for Pigman in Demon Slayer? Come on. Top tier.
So, look, we actually, I got some topics about him from Anime Boston. Actually.
Ooh, okay.
I'll share this little tidbit now. So I went in there, and I'm like, you wanna know what? Before I even walked into the convention, before I saw a bunch of, well, I must have saw a couple cosplayers, but no Inosuke's yet. I was like, you wanna know what? I'm gonna see how many shirtless Inosuke's I can find. And I mean, like, shirtless, not, kimono open, but, over, just... I'm looking. Now, I thought I was going to reach, pretty high. I thought I was going to get in, like, the 30s. Mm-hmm. I was let down.
Oh, really?
You hear me, anime community? I was let down. I only got 9.
Only 9? Couldn't break the double digits. Damn.
Couldn't even. However, there is one woman I saw, and I counted her, because... she did an amazing job. She had the Inosuke, and the only covering she actually had was, like, bandages around her. Mm-hmm. And it almost was like, oh, are they injured or something like that? Mm. And it was just so that they could, like, not be indecent. And I'm like, you deserve to be counted among the shirtless Inosuke.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm going to add you to the ranks.
Nice.
But even then, I was like, couldn't even reach 10. But I did see quite a few, and I'm like... damn, that was pretty neat. I saw quite a few cosplays where I was like, nicely done. Mm-hmm. One was House Husband. I don't know if you've ever watched. It's an anime. It's The Way of the House Husband.
Okay.
If you haven't, watch it. It's gonna be amazing.
Okay.
Lady's gonna have a lot more to expect after that.
Okay.
My bar has definitely been raised.
Uh-oh.
But it is adorable. It's only about 10 seasons. 10 seasons. 10 episodes.
Okay, I was like, only 10!
But the episodes are only like 7 minutes long.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very short run through. You can get through it literally in like maybe an hour or 2.
Right.
At most.
Okay.
But it is really adorable. The art style's a bit weird because it's still art, but it's still nice in a way that it's like... it took me a minute to realize, like, oh, this isn't fully animated. It's half animated, but still enough to be like, I'm following it easily.
Okay. Nice. Well,
but it's adorable.
You mentioned Anime Boston, so what was this year? Year 2 of Anime Boston that you've gone to?
Yes.
What has been the experience of going to Anime Boston for 2 years? Well, 2 years with a gap in between, but we won't talk about that.
We don't talk about that. Well, it's easy to see now. Mm-hmm. It has to be a weekend thing. It can't be a one-day trip because you're gonna miss so much. Because there is so much to look at. There's so much to do. We went there. We spent most of the day there. It was me, my child, and then one of my friends and their kid. And our kids dressed up. We did not. Next time, though, I think I might do some cosplay.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna go as one of my favorite characters that I didn't mention from earlier, Aizawa.
You are gonna do Aizawa? Nice.
He's my husbando. He's my anime husbando. We connect
choice.
On a personal level. we can share that little yellow sleeping bag.
Oh, okay. See, that's my low point for Aizawa. No.
the sleeping bag?
Yeah, when I first saw him in that, I'm like, oh, this is weird. And then he redeemed himself in season 1. I'm like, let's fucking go. So anyway, sorry. Yeah. Continue.
Look, Aizawa's babe, and I didn't notice it though until I think it might have been season 2, where he has his hair up.
Yeah, because he's talking to
And
the press. Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, that's it. I'm done. I'm toast. He's mine. Uh, so, but I'm gonna cosplay as him.
Cool.
My child, they cosplay as Young from Genshin Impact.
Okay.
And a couple people stopped him to, take pictures with, which they were super excited about. They really liked that they were stopped because they didn't think that their cosplay was going to be anything special anyway. So the fact that they were like, "Oh, I got stopped to get a picture taken? Awesome." So
yeah,
we did that.
Boost.
Yeah. But just, I mean, a lot of the cosplay, honestly, that was like one of my biggest things. Just seeing so many people there that put so much time and effort into it. And I'm just like, you guys are going hard.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for like even some of the ones that I was almost impressed by. I don't want to say almost impressed. I was impressed. As they did Whitebeard from One Piece.
Okay.
And he was a hulking man. A little on the heavier side, but he was also on the heavier side. So it was actually like, no, you're actually impersonating him very well. He had like the giant like tattoo and the giant white coat, and I'm like, damn, you did good. The only thing that he could have probably done better was the facial hair. But he does have kind of like a crazy big beard. So there's no way you can pull that off. You actually have to like finagle something that's pretty special to even make that kind of believable, and even then that would be like, that's a little weird. So, but the fact that he still pulled it all off, I'm like, go you.
Nice.
Let me go to my notes. I have notes.
Oh, notes.
Notes. Woo. Well, because there was a lot of stuff that we never got to.
Oh. Yeah, there is a lot.
We got through about 3 rooms, but there was so much else that we could have done, such as like, there's a maid cafe there.
Yep.
I knew that. I didn't know there was a karaoke. They had a manga library. They had an RPG room. They had a cosplay replay station.
Yeah.
Repair station. However, I did bring my own little tiny sewing kit, so.
Oh, there you go.
But there was no need for repairs.
Good.
Thankfully. A lot of the artwork that we went, like, because a lot of the rooms that we went through were actually like kind of like artist rooms where they are showing off all the art that they did and whatnot, and just seeing all this artwork, holy crap.
Yeah, it's insane.
Some of it I'm like, you drew this? You didn't draw this. You just I don't know what you did, but you didn't draw this. And they did draw it. They make these things and it's amazing, and I'm like, this is wonderful. Right. I like being surrounded by all the anime and the nerddom. I didn't know they had a chibi zone. I'm a little upset about that. I didn't see it. Yeah, I'm a little angry about that, because I do secretly like chibis. They're adorable. The squishiness. Ooh. Yeah, didn't get to see that. A little upset by it, but I mean, there is a lot there, and if you don't stay there for the weekend, you're gonna miss like 90% of it, unfortunately, because it doesn't matter how fast you are or whatnot, because there's always gonna be like that something, I think, that you're gonna miss.
Sure.
In past years, they held a ball.
Yeah, I have seen that too.
They didn't do it this year, and I totally understand. But when they do get it back, I do want to attend the ball.
Nice.
Because I love balls. I don't know why we don't have them now. Maybe we need to make the thing again. I mean, if anybody out there feels the same way, hit me up. We'll figure it out.
There you go.
But, yeah, I need to bring balls back. That's all there is to it. Maybe call them a different name, because, I don't know, maybe people feel weird about calling them balls.
Maybe. The gala.
We'll call them... Oh, no.
No?
We do have galas, though.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, yeah, It makes sense, though. It's all the rich and famous people that spend thousands of dollars to get there.
Hmm.
All right, we do have. I've been informed. We have galas.
That's what I'm here for.
And they're not for.
Well,
They're not for the common
you just
folk.
make more the more accessible gala. I don't know.
I will make the common folk gala,
There you go.
and it will turn out terrible because nobody wants to be called the common
No.
folk.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely a lot to do at Anime Boston. The one year that I went, if you guys want to watch this over on YouTube, that vlog where I turn into a weeb. Yeah, definitely a lot to do. The year I went, I was not really into anime. I had the very top layer, like the Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that I had watched, but I knew nothing going into that. So walking around just in general, like just so many things, like you said, all the artists and the artist alley, just everywhere. But I remember just how many laps I had to take around that weekend to see everything, or at least to feel like I felt like I saw everything. Like I didn't do the ballroom thing. I didn't do the repair kit because obviously I wasn't dressed up. So there were still some things I missed, but for at least the show floor, like it's intense how many areas they do have. And I remember, I think it was the third day, like discovering a whole nother room, and I'm like, what? Where were you hiding this? And then of course there's Overwatch stuff there, and I'm like, oh my god, this Lucio hoodie looks awesome. And I grabbed that, and there's just this whole other area of like stuff that pertained to me, and I was like, wow, okay, geez, this is huge. This is huge. Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, where they have it at the Heinz Convention Center, where they've had it the past few years, is like the first year I went there, I got lost.
Mm.
Not only did I get lost, I got lost trying to leave. I was all over that place, and I'm like, can somebody please tell me how I get out? Like, left, right, and then go straight down the stairs, maybe? I don't know. And I just, at one point, I didn't see almost any cosplayers or anything, and I'm like, all right, I'm definitely far away from where I need to be.
Mm.
But I don't know where the heck I am. I spent 20 minutes in line at the maid cafe thinking that was just like a normal thing. I didn't need to make a reservation. No. Apparently, down the hall would be a normal cafe where you could eat. And I'm like, I spent 20 minutes standing here not knowing what was going on. I was so unprepared my first year. So it was definitely nicer this year that I was a little more prepared. But if we go next year, that's April 7th and 9th. I made notes. Then that would have to be a weekend thing. And we talked about how we would probably get, we would try to get maybe a room in the convention center. Because one of the reasons why we left is that the children were getting tired. We still had about a few hours left in us, but I mean, I did have a headache that day. So, yeah, it was hard. I was like, I'm enjoying myself, but I also have a headache.
Yeah.
So, everybody there was wearing a mask.
Good.
Because it was a mandate. You had to wear a mask and you had to have your vaccination cards.
Gotcha.
They would not let you in without both of those things.
Okay. Good.
So, but yeah.
Nice.
It's a lot.
All right. Well, I guess last question for me on the anime topic. Is there either an anime maybe you saw at the convention or just people have been talking about that you want to give a try next opportunity you have?
Yeah, I want to continue watching Demon Slayer.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't know why I haven't. It's been readily available at my fingertips, and I'm just like, no, I'm gonna go back and watch this anime I've watched like 3 times already because I need some feel goods. But there's The Incredibly Ordinary Life of Sake K.
Okay.
I hear that that's a really good one. A lot of my friends have been watching it, and I guess it's about a guy that has all the superpowers, but wants no superpowers and is
Oh,
trying to act totally normal.
okay.
However, his best friend, who is totally normal, thinks that he himself has a superpower, even though he
Oh.
doesn't. And it's like, oh boy.
Huh.
Um, but yes, Dio knows that one apparently.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, I've been meaning to watch it, but then I'm like, but these one shots of the romance,
Right.
I can bang through this in like 2 days
Mm-hmm.
and then go back to it. But I mean, I'll stop putting it off eventually.
Yeah, you got time. It's not going
I want to
anywhere.
watch it. I do want to watch it, but I've also been just like maybe some other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Well,
Yeah.
nice. Moving over to topic 2. Kayla, what is your topic today?
My topic is Pokemon, as you can tell from my lovely friends around me.
Not at all.
What? But yes. I mean, generally, I guess it'd be mostly about the games.
Okay.
And like, maybe favorite Pokemon, maybe favorite evolution.
Mm-hmm.
I got all of them here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of covering up Vaporeon and Sylveon. Leafeon's kind of off the screen actually, so. But
All right.
yeah, I got a lot of nice little things here. So.
All right. Well, lead the way. Where are we starting there? Captain?
So, what so far has been your most favorite game out of the ones you've played, including like Arceus? I know that one is a very different style, but we're gonna lump that in there.
Okay.
Too.
If we're talking all the Pokemon games, I think I definitely have to give a shout out to Silver and Gold. That was my first one I owned game-wise. I had seen my cousins play a little bit of Red and Blue, and I think that's kind of what pulled me in, along with obviously the show and the cards. That was definitely a big thing back in the day. But Silver was the first one that I had played through. I was going through a move at the time, so my uncle was very kind enough to give me a Game Boy Advance. Got Silver version with that, so I spent all my time playing that whenever I had an opportunity. So Silver was a big one. And then the next Gen 3 Ruby version, that one was probably one of the first games I put 100 plus hours into playing through, which was nuts, especially at my age. Like, wait a minute, that's a lot of time into there. So those ones were good. And then I did not own them for the longest time, but playing them at friends' houses it was always a fun time, whether it was the main game or the mini games, especially was the Pokemon Stadium series 1 and 2. Those were fantastic. And like I said, with the mini games mainly being what we played, being dumb kids, like it's still a standout. I think it's Pokemon Stadium 1, but there's a game where your little Pikachus, I think you're Pikachus. No, you're Clefairies and Jigglypuffs, excuse me. But you're counting Pokemon as they run across the screen. And if you're playing with computers, at some point at the very end of the level, they'll just like count 20 out of nowhere. It's just, I don't know why. It's simple, but it's stupid and entertaining. Those games are always fun as well. You mentioned Arceus, like that game with the different style. It was interesting. Same with wasn't X and Y. X and Y was like my resurgence back into the series after a break. Sword and Shield. Like those two games, both fantastic. Playing them, with Lady side by side, just kind of living that experience together. She didn't play Arceus, but playing Sword and Shield together was a blast. And then, Arceus being that different style, it kind of added something new to the series that I guess it needed, but it was a nice like coat of paint that was different to it. That was a lot of fun, and that one I need to go back to. I haven't played that in a minute or a little while, but it was a nice change of pace for a while. But yeah, the games have always been pretty good, pretty fantastic. Yellow version, Black and White were surprisingly really good story wise. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. What about yourself? What was a standout?
So, I think it's. I don't know what my most standout game. Well, I guess I do know my most standout game, which is really weird. It was actually Sword and Shield. Um, cause like that's the one I did put. I mean, the most hours into.
Mm-hmm.
X and Y was the first one I actually owned. Well, owned because I owned it and then I lost it. So,
Oh, way to go.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know what happened to the system or the game. Just totally gone in a move, so I was never actually to like I played through most of it, but I never got through like the final the big four.
Yeah.
But I think Diamond was the first one I actually collected all the Pokemon in.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And now I'm like, oh, 100%ing the dex. Is this gonna be a new thing that I have to do? Yes, apparently it is. I did it in Arceus as well.
That is
Honestly, I feel like it might have been a little bit easier in Arceus to do
really?
it. Except for a couple of them.
Okay.
Because there are a few that will only appear in like the time rifts and stuff.
Right.
That was annoying. But a lot of them you can kind of just be like, oh, where's this one? Oh, it's kind of over in this area, and you'll run around and fly around, and then it's like, oh, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Although Diamond was pretty easy with the underground area.
Oh, I didn't play much of Diamond and Pearl. What did the underground area provide?
So, this is they had it in the old one, unless I'm remembering wrong, and then also in the new one, it's an underground area. You get a special tool from a villager, and it's just a huge underground labyrinth of just different rooms that have different types of Pokemon in them. Like this one's gonna be like a watered area. This one has grass, so it's like a grassy area. This one's all ice, so there's a couple ice Pokemon. And there are so many rooms. I went into the underground the first time and went, nope, not even gonna, no. And I went into one room, and it ruined it for me.
Oh, yeah?
Because there was only one room uncovered, and I couldn't deal with that.
Oh.
I was like, now I gotta do it all. And I went through every single room. It took me a few days, but it got me a lot of the Pokemon I needed as well.
Kind of sounds like a Safari Zone, like on steroids.
Yeah, in a bit. Yeah.
Alright. Nice.
So yeah. But I guess my favorite out of all of them, I guess, yeah, is probably Sword and Shield. It was easy to get all my evolutions. I always have my team. So, but yeah, out of all of them.
Alright.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah. What's something you'd probably like to see in like new games coming up?
Okay, so we talked about Arceus kind of changing stuff up, obviously, with its gameplay, running around. It's just the collection. It's no real fighting, kind of similar to the Let's Go. And I'll say I liked Arceus a little bit. Wait, do you fight in... You fight, like, a little bit in Arceus, right?
So you can battle with the Pokemon, like,
oh, yeah,
they're gonna...
chuck 'em out
they will come after you, and they will kill you if you are just standing there minding your own business because you walked away for a second, and then you come back, and the screen is black because a Pokemon knocked you out. So they'll attack you, no provoke needed.
Okay.
But as far as like Pokemon trainers go, there's none in the world.
Right.
Like
okay.
None out there.
So I think what I would want is kind of like a fusion between Arceus and what Sword and Shield did, where you had the big open areas, the wild areas, or whatever they were called, I think I'd want a fusion of that. The trainer battles have always been something enticing, I guess, to me, that strategy aspect of it. Not that I've been great when it comes to like a player versus player scenario, but in trying a Let's Go, it just didn't do anything. It was just like, why do I want to catch 100 Caterpie to train this guy? Like, that seemed odd, and I guess you're doing that in Arceus too, but at least with the Pokedex challenges, I had a reason to do it, I guess, instead of just experience gain. So I think what I would want is just more of the living world that they've been kind of gradually moving towards. I think that would be my biggest improvement, I guess you could say, or modification to the game series. I still want to do the 8 gym badges, the Elite Four, stuff like that. But yeah, kind of make it more of a living world with the Pokemon around. I think another thing too, and this kind of calls back to my favorite with Silver, but something that stood out to me with Silver that I don't think any of the other games have done is once you beat Silver, did their 8 badges, did their Elite Four, you would fight Red from Red and Blue or whatever. And then you could go through Kanto's 8 gyms and Elite Four afterwards. And I was like, this is awesome. It would be insane, and I don't know how you would level balance this shit, but if you could go across multiple generations and regions and go through their sequence, that would be really cool. Like I said, I have no idea how you balance that, because usually you're like level 50 to 60 by the time you get to Elite Four, and obviously if you're walking into the first gym and fucking wherever, Pewter City, and you're like, hey Brock, fuck your Geodude, I got a level 60 Blastoise right here. Like, that doesn't work. It's not enticing enough. So if there was some way where you could carry over maybe a Pokemon or two, or maybe like, hey, this is your team, they all have eggs, and now you're starting fresh with like your 6, maybe that would be enticing enough, because it is a restart, but you have the people you want. Maybe I that would be something that would be really cool, but I have no idea how you would make something like that.
Yeah, that would probably be difficult, but I mean, I love the idea. Because I mean, I feel the same way. How Arceus gave that whole new feel of, this is what it could be if we want this, and it's like, I like this, but one thing I did really miss about Arceus is the gym battles. I liked kicking their butts. I liked looking ahead to see, oh, I'm facing a water gym. Alright, well, who's my favorite grass Pokemon? You know, or, okay, I gotta go beat this fire person up. Vaporeon? Let's go, girl. It's your time to shine. And just, beating the Elite Four, that feels nice.
Was that
however
easy for you to do the Elite Four? Because I remember for years I could not defeat the Elite Four. I think I had to have a friend do it, and then I felt bad, and I restarted my whole game.
So, it is, like, honestly, the Elite Four, always easy for me, but I do that thing where I level up, like, at least 10 levels over.
Now, do you do it with your whole team?
Yes.
Oh, see, I was terrible as a kid, where I'm like, oh, my starter, that's all, every battle is my starter. So my starter would be like level 70, and then the rest of my guys are over there like, like no power. And then I'm like, oh no, my main one went. How am I getting fucking rocked here? Well, dumbass, you didn't put time in. Yeah.
Yeah, like, what I'll do is I will put, like, because I will look ahead, or they'll tell me, like, hey, your next badge is this one. So I'll be like, okay, the weakness for this one is such and such. I'm going to put this one out front, and they're going to, do most of my main battles that I need for right now.
Right.
But I'm also making sure that all the other ones are getting leveled up. So there is a little bit of a level gap between what I know is gonna win and my other guys that I have, but it's never by too much. It's like by 5 levels at most.
Gotcha.
But yeah, for all my gym battles, I am that person. I will over level, so it's not that much of a difficulty.
Right.
However, Diamond kind of switched the scope on that because one, Cynthia, she sucks. She is so mean.
Okay.
She just has everything, and even when you're like over leveled because it's hard to over level, and the Brilliant Diamond one, because I got so used to the easy over leveling in Sword and Shield.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So when the new Diamond came out, I was like, oh, this is a grind. And then Cynthia, she is technically actually one of the hardest trainers to beat.
Okay.
It's been actually they made her harder on purpose out of all the other ones that they've had. The Elite Four in there, the fire one, he's not a fire type. He has one fire type, and then all the rest are different ones.
Okay. Yeah, they had one in Gen 3 that was like that, where it was Camprupt. And it's like, oh yeah, he's technically fire type, but he's going to earthquake your ass every time.
Yeah, it's like, that's not fair. If you're a fire type in the Elite Four, you want to know what you do? You have fire. You have your Flareon, your Charizard, your Chimchar. You do your thing with the fire.
Oh man, what a disgrace. You get beat by a Chimchar in the Elite Four? This little monkey just whooping ass. He didn't evolve him, he just kept an Everstone.
Yeah, that's level 100 Chimchar's gonna wreck your shit.
Oh man.
But no, I feel like you should have fire type, especially if you are an Elite Four and your badge is fire. Like, if you didn't want that, you should have just been like, no, I'm in the Elite Four, but I'm a mixture. I'm good.
There you go.
That would have sufficed me. Don't say you're fire if you're not fire.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah. So we have a new one coming out for Pokemon. Scarlet and Violet.
Right.
Have you seen any of the new trailers for that one or anything?
Not trailers, but I do remember our starters. We got Gatito. We got
Sprigatito.
Oh, Sprigatito. Excuse me. The little cat. You got the dinosaur fire guy.
Fuecoco.
Then who's the water type?
That's Quaxley.
Yeah, Quaxley. Donald Duck. How did I forget that?
I have them all written down because I did not want to. I knew I was gonna forget Fuecoco. I can't even say his name. He's a dumb looking dinosaur. He's pretty derpy.
What?
He's cute. Don't get me wrong, but no.
So yeah, I've seen them. I've seen Lechonk, and is there
Lechonk?
Who's the little seed dude? I don't know, but I've seen some of them, but I haven't seen the trailers or anything.
Do you know who you might be picking if you get the game? They're
all adorable. I don't think they've released any evolutions yet, as far as I can tell.
They have not.
So
I have some words for them about that.
I really like all three, and I think this is good because usually I was always in between fire and water. I hated the grass types. I think Owlette was the first one, the grass type, where I was like, ooh, you're really cool. Or Rowlet, excuse me. Rowlet was the first one. And then, so this one, I don't know. Because I like the dinosaur, but I think he's third to Quaxley and Sprigato, the cat. Sprigatito, god damn it. I don't know. See, if I get it, I presume Lady's gonna get it, and we're gonna be playing that one again side to side. I feel like she's gonna go Quaxley, so I feel like I gotta pick a different one. So I think I'm gonna go to the cat. I think I was good for Sprigatito, the green cat of leaves.
The leaf cat. I remember it because, I was watching an off topic and Lindsay was like, Brigatito, Despacito. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's... And Sprigatito was literally the only one that stuck in my head because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, as far as starters go, I want to see the final evolution of it because I like Sprigatito, and much like yourself, I have never chosen a grass starter. And also very rarely do I choose the water starter, which is...
What?
It's weird.
No Squirtle love, no Totodile love, no Mudkip love, no Piplup love, no other water
I had a Piplup starter, and I don't know if I had the yeah, I already forgot. How'd I forget that name? Totodile.
Totodile, he was good.
He was a cute little guy. But this might actually be one of the first times I pick a grass starter. I was close to picking Rowlet for Arceus. Side note, did you pick Rowlet for Arceus, or did you pick Cyndaquil or Oshawott?
I went with Cyndaquil for that one, just for nostalgia purposes.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, Rowlet was in Arceus as well.
Yeah.
But I think I might go Sprigatito, but it depends on the final evolution.
Yeah, if it's like Fennekin, where he's like
I want all fours on the ground.
Yeah.
Please. I am sick of the being cute on all fours, and then you're like, I'm gonna be
humanoid cat. Yeah.
And it's like, no, give me all fours on the ground, such with my evolutions, my Ninetales, my Vulpixes, Persian. Give me
Derpy Persian.
the 4 legs. Like, just please, okay? You don't have to put it on 2 legs. Keep it on the 4s, and I'll go Sprigatito the whole way. Me and Sprigatito. I don't know what I'll name it, but
Despacito. What do you mean?
yeah, Despacito. However, if it doesn't stand on all, if it's not on all 4s, I don't think I'm gonna go with it because it's just gonna make me angry. And that is when I think I would pick Fuecoco because I'm just not. I guess it also depends on the final evolution of the duck. Where do you go from a duck?
A bigger duck.
A goose? A swan?
Yeah, because, you already had that. Things. You had Ducklet that goes to Swanna or something like that.
Yeah, so what are they going to do with Quaxley? What are they going to do with our duck?
They're going to Farfetch him. They're going to give him a sword and a shield.
Yes. Sounds perfect. But yeah, I guess it all kind of depends on the final evolution because, as we all know, 10 minutes into playing it, your Pokemon's evolving.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Real fast.
Like you get the cute, innocent one for 10 minutes and then it's gone, and you get that weird adolescent one for like most of the time where you're like, all right, I gotta deal with the second one to get to the, the big boss.
Right.
So, but yeah. I think that's what I'm gonna choose as my starter.
All right, cool.
So yeah, I guess my last 2 like little things is like the shinies. That's been a huge thing lately. Oh my, I feel like shinies are following me all over the place wherever I go. How do you feel about the shiny thing? Are you like, when it happens, it's like, oh, cool? Do you go out of your way to find them? Are you just like, okay, this one's different. Into the box you go, it doesn't matter.
So I think Arceus has been the only game that I've found shinies besides, obviously, the OG shiny, Red Gyarados. What up? Gold and Silver. Like, it's a cool concept. I like the palette swap of it. when it used to be the breeding mathematical equation to find the 1% of the EV values that you can't even see on the summary page, I was just like, that is nope. I'm not putting in that work. As for Arceus, like the ones I have found, it's just been like I've stumbled upon them kind of thing. I think if I was to ever deep dive into a shiny hunt, it would be something that I like meticulously looked at, like Bulbapedia or whatever that website is, and be like, oh, like which one do I actually care about, and then go from there. But yeah, it's a cool concept. I would appreciate it if it was more just this happens at random instead of this whole breeding thing. Because like I've seen people on Twitch that like their egg attempts, like, oh, this is the 1,000th egg we're opening today. I'm just like,
yeah,
how, like, I don't watch it, but I'm like, how do people sit here for hours and just do that? Ooh, whatever, you do you. So it's fine, it's cool. I don't think I'll ever bash my head into a wall about it, but yeah, whatever.
yeah. I mean, I have a couple friends who will do like, resets to try and get a shiny of this or that, or have had shiny races, and I'm like, bless you all. Because after like a second attempt of restarting, no, I'm done.
Right.
I'm not gonna sit here for thousands of retempt. No, I am not that person. My Switch will go out the window before that happens. Because I would not be able to. Never got a shiny in any of the other games. Arceus was the first one. And from what I've heard, Arceus literally just throws them at you. Like,
okay.
Shiny Ponyta, have this shiny,
True.
just throwing them at you. Because I'm like, I have like 4 shinies that I've just stumbled upon. I'm like, hey, you're not the right color. What's going on with you right now?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, you're a shiny. That's awesome. However, my shiny Scyther,
Ooh.
I didn't know he was shiny until afterwards, because my only thing with the shinies, don't get me wrong, it's nice. They're color swapped. Except for when the color's not really swapped.
Yeah, it's just
and
like...
it's just like the slightest little variation. I'm like, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It should be something like really obscure. Like, he's purple.
Yeah, like, or such as like the Gyarados, Give me a red Scyther, I know they have,
That's scissor.
Yeah. Well, okay, or something else, okay? Hey, they have, it's, Magikarp is gold.
Oh, really?
And then when he evolves, he instantly turns red. Really? Like, you can palette swap that when they evolve into X sizer thing with your. I didn't evolve my Scyther. I wasn't going through that. I liked my original.
Yeah.
Somewhat shiny boy that a slightly lighter green than all the others. But yeah, I mean, they're just kind of throwing them at you in Arceus. But as far as trying to go through all that calculations and stuff like that, I was never one for it. I just went, shinies, they don't really matter much. It's cool that, when I stumble upon them, but I don't think I could ever go through and do the resets or do the math and be like, yes, I need this shiny Pokemon.
Right. Nice.
But yeah. My final question. Who's your favorite evolution?
It's partial between Umbreon and Jolteon. And the thing is, like, it's based off looks alone. Because whenever I've gotten them in game, they suck. It's just like, like Jolteon doesn't get any good thunder moves until he's like 50 when you get Thunderbolt or something. And it's like, you got Quick Attack, you got Pin Missile, you got Tackle. Like, you're just an Eevee that's spiky now. I mean, you look cool, but you don't do shit. And then Umbreon, I don't know, I've never been a big one on the dark type, so he just looks cool. Or they look cool, rather. Excuse me.
I mean, I went into that question and I had two answers in mind. And one was Jolteon and the other one was Umbreon. And I went, the only reason why I thought these is like, it's probably because they're yellow.
I mean, that is a reason too, yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I know that, your favorite color is yellow. And I'm like, it's going to be yellow. It's going to be one of the yellow ones. So, I mean, kind of did nail that one in a way. But yes, I mean, they do look very cool.
Yeah.
I love all of them. I always have all of them on my team. Except for the ones you can't fit. But I do swap them out, make sure they all get their love. Gotta love all of the evolutions.
Is there a type of evolution that we haven't seen that you want in the next one?
Yes. I actually talked about this the other day with Genghis, as we were like, I'd like to see a new type in the new game. It might not happen. That's fine. But I think I'd like to see like, my first thought, and I instantly backtracked it, was Ghost.
Okay.
Because I'm like, that'd be awesome. And then I thought, no, I don't. I don't want, no.
You don't want a
Specteon.
Cubone Marahawk or Marowak
like,
or Ghastly situation.
Yeah, I don't want that. However, Poison.
Okay.
I'm like, ooh, maybe a Poison type would be cool. Or even like a ground or rock type. That would be pretty easy.
Yeah.
Or Steel. I was like, Steel and Poison were like my top two, because they would also be rather easy. Because Steel, you slap like metal coat on that as like the item to get. Poison, I mean, I don't know. Don't splash poison on your AVs. They don't like that. They'll leave you. But I'm sure you can figure out something that'd be like, yeah, poison. But no ghost EVs, guys. No ghost EVs.
Damn it.
That'd be sad.
Would be. Be cool.
I mean, Genghis actually had a really good way to evolve it to be like a ghost type. Is like high friendship, but at night. Like you'll go to like a graveyard.
Well,
that's
that was
in the
Umbreon,
game.
wasn't it?
No, Umbreon's just
Was the Moonstone.
friendship at night.
Yeah.
To where I think Espeon was during the day.
Yes. Yeah, and the originals, and then I think you can use the Moonstone and Sunstone now. That those are thing. Well, Moonstone's been a thing, but I think.
But yeah, I think like
those.
But yeah, they like go to a graveyard at like nighttime with high friendship, summon your AV, and then it'll be like, yeah, you're
Grim Reaper.
No, it shows this. I swear. But no, I'm just like, I don't want to see a ghost type Eevee. I don't want to know the lore behind it. It seems like it'd be sad, and nope.
No.
We're not going down that route.
Well, nice. That was a fun topic of Pokemon. Very cool.
Yes.
Moving on to topic 3, let's talk some more video games. Kayla, you've been playing some interesting video games as of late. How's your experience with Mass Effect been?
Things are getting saucy in Mass Effect.
Ooh.
Let me just tell y'all, I have Garrus locked down. He is my boo. And we're doing that. We're doing that thing.
Okay.
But as in generality of just Mass Effect, I've been playing through the entire series, the whole Legendary series, and I've seen it played through a couple different times, and I've loved it each time. And I mean, my dog, who is sleeping over there at the moment, he's an Australian Shepherd. His name is Commander, after Commander Shepherd. He's just, so I was like, all right, I guess it's time that I actually go through and I play through it, and I hate Mass Effect 1.
Okay. Yep.
And the only reason why I say that is the fucking Mako.
Uh-huh.
I don't care. Mass Effect fans, I'm sorry. I know I have to deal with the Mako because everybody that's played the old games had, you know, given their dues. Blah blah blah. No, I hate the Mako. It's a piece of shit. I hate driving it, but I did it.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And yeah, I'd probably say I'm about halfway through Mass Effect 3 now.
Okay.
Um, I'm actually gonna be playing that more after this.
Nice.
Um, but so far it's just been great. I mean, it's not too much of a spoiler thing, except there are parts where I don't remember what's the right choice to get what I want to happen, and I'm not getting help with that. I was told that this is my own playthrough and that I will be doing this by myself, which
Okay.
I respect. I agree with it, but it also angers me in a way because I know what I want to do, but also my encyclopedia has led me astray a few times. So I'm like, why didn't you? No, I didn't want this. And they're like, oh, sorry, you should have said that. And I'm like, I said exactly where I've been and what I was doing. And they're like,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I guess I wasn't listening. I'm like, I don't know if this is on purpose or if it's like purely accidental, but whatever it is, I'm like, at least I guess it is. It has been my playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't done anything too bad. Um, in the second Mass Effect, there is a person, Miranda. Um, well, I did her loyalty mission. I earned her loyalty. And then I done lost her loyalty because she just always wants to have an attitude with me, and it's my shit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna be mean and have an attitude, I'm never gonna pick your side. And she died in the second Mass Effect.
Okay.
And I slept like a baby that night.
The problem is out of the way.
No more problems from her. It's nice. I lived my life, and it's all great.
All right. All right. So yeah, that game definitely one has a different feel to it, I would say, at least from a watching perspective from 2 and 3. And have you noticed any difference between any of the games that's been a standout, and do you have a favorite? I know you haven't finished 3, but do you have a favorite out of the 3?
Yes. I mean, honestly, it all depends on the type of class you pick, of what playthrough I guess you're gonna kind of go after. But the differences between 1 and 2, they were, I don't know how to describe it. It was a bit of a drastic thing.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 like was really nice. 3, I'm still having some navigational things where I'm like, I miss this aspect of 2.
Mm.
I think 2 probably is one of my favorites just because of not just like the storyline, but like because of the mechanics of it. I feel like it was a little bit easier to kind of go through.
Mm-hmm.
Such as like the guns for Mass Effect 1. You could have like 50 guns, and 10 of them are all the same gun, like the Hawkeye 1, Hawkeye 1, Hawkeye 1.
Right.
And you have like 50 of them. To where Mass Effect 2, you didn't do that. You just upgraded it.
Oh, okay.
So all you have to do is just pay like, the whatever, how many credits, it's like 200 credits, 2,000 credits, whatever. And it automatically was just like, okay, now you have this, the second version of this, the third version of this. And that was so much easier because it was like, they made the interface and just all, like, the menu of it cleaner and neater.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't so much clutter, and it felt nicer. Mass Effect 3, there are still some, like, things that I wish they had kept that they didn't need to spruce up. Such as, like, how the missions are. They don't tell you exactly where to go in the third one. They just say, this, and it's gonna be on your world map. To whereas the second one, it had a little blurb of, go to this planet and figure this out. And it's like, okay, that tells me what I have to do and where I need to go, to where the third one doesn't.
Okay.
But I mean, playing through all of them, I feel like second is definitely the most different, but also the best one for interface.
Okay.
What one did? So I know you played through one. Did you go to two or anything?
Nope, I was one and done. I had tried it years ago, got to the Mako in Non-Novaria, and could not fucking get anywhere with that without dying. And then I tried it again on stream because shout out to Jeff Rigg and Jeff Rigg Gaming on YouTube. He recommended it, so Pi was kind enough to lend her copy to me. So with both of their blessings, I played through the first one, made it. I kind of blasted through it. I'm not a big one for talk to everybody and do this conversation and this dialogue choice. That's not my jelly nor my jam. So played through one, thought it was okay, but I was like, nah, I'm good here. So I haven't played through 2 and 3, but I have watched Jeff stream 2 and 3, so I basically know what happens loosely. But that's my experience with Mass Effect. It's just the first one.
Would you ever be interested in playing 2 or 3, depending on?
I don't think so. Like, I've heard great things about both of them. I know Andromeda is kind of a mixed bag, and then like seeing the announcement last Game Awards, E3, whenever the new one got announced, I was like, oh, cool, happy for you guys, but I don't think so. I think it's more on my end of like, I'll be the one that I missed, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because I was like, I know how I have channel points, and I am very close to redeeming.
I mean, if someone redeemed it, I would do it for a stream. I can't promise it would go anywhere past the first stream, but
because I'm like, I know I enjoyed it a lot more than I did enjoy the first one. The Mako is a little bit easier to control in the second one, and I think you only use it for one mission. And I have not come across the Mako at all in the third one yet.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's I'm hoping I can keep that streak up, but I know it's just gonna rear its ugly head.
Right.
But honestly, like, yes, I feel like just the mechanics and everything in it, Mass Effect 2 is definitely the stronger of the series.
Okay.
So far, like 3 is beautiful so far. You're getting through everything, and you're just like, okay, we know that the world's gonna end, but we're gonna go out on a stellar note. But I mean, through everything so far is like, I think 2 is definitely the standout.
Okay, nice. So along with Mass Effect, recently you found that discovered that you have loved, or you love Final Fantasy 15. What's your experience with Final Fantasy 15 been like?
Well, for anybody that hasn't played it, go play it. That's all. That's not all. It's nice. I wasn't expecting to fall in love with it like I did. Going into it, I was shown 4 people, which is Gladiolus,
Noctis,
Prompto, Ignis, and Noctis. And I was told, you're gonna fall in love with one of them, and I'm like, no. And it turned out to be kinda, you're okay. Love you, and I love you. So, I mean, I know you played it once on stream.
Yep.
Through my suggestion. I mean, honestly, I might just do that again. Be like, you gotta play more, buddy. But I don't know. It was my first Final Fantasy game, besides Final Fantasy 14, which I know some people don't count as like a real Final Fantasy game.
Okay.
Just because it's like the online and stuff. But I guess the first real playthrough game was 15. Also my first platinum game.
Hey.
Because I couldn't put it down. It was just so nice. Driving places, you get that little banter in between of like, have you ever sewed that button on? Maybe not. And it's like, you're a prince. You can't be looking disheveled. Give me your coat at camp, and I'm gonna sew this button on for you, because you can't have a loose button. It's just not acceptable. And just so many different parts of the story itself, the people, the just everything. All the gods that come and help, and you learn just different things. Because I didn't know any of these people really beforehand. Like, I knew Garuda from the 14, but like all these other ones, I'm like, oh, these are all new stories I'm learning and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's just such a beautiful game. And the fighting, the combat. I'm a button masher, and I'm just like, I'm going all over the place. And there was a few times where I could throw out a spell or two, and it felt pretty natural to do after a while. It did take a moment to get the hang of it all, but after playing it for like an hour or so, I'm like, I got this. And I would just be all over the place because I'm just, and it's just, you're over here, down here, up, up. Oh no, you're kind of down on health, or you don't have any more magic juice to make you go here, and here. And it's like, oh, it was still just so nice about it, because it's like, it felt natural. And at the end of all the days, you get to go through and look at all the pictures that Prompto took. And some of them are nightmare fuel. And you're like, Jesus Christ, what the hell was going on? You get ones that are so sun-blotched that you can just make out the tiniest of silhouette. And you may not even understand whose silhouette that is. Because it's so sun-bleached. And then other times you get like the perfect picture of someone swinging their sword, or you're just about to warp and you can just see the faint, blue outline, and it's perfect. Or you get that perfect killing blow, and it's like, those are good, those are awesome, but I feel like the pictures help in a way, because it is nice to have those little things and the little tiddly bits at the end of the day to make it feel nice. Connected in a way.
All right. So Mass Effect, Final Fantasy 15. Has there been anything else that you've been playing lately?
I did play a bit of Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I didn't get terribly far, but I am also kind of, I don't want to say I'm doing everything, but I'm almost pretty much doing everything.
Right.
But I've been playing a little bit of that. If I recall correctly, I think we are the same class, the Sporemancer.
Yeah, Sporemancer, and I got the second class after we talked about it on stream one day. I don't remember what it is because I haven't invested many points in it, but yes.
But yeah, I'm a Sporemancer because that little mushroom. I mean, he's thick. And then I did Clawbringer, which gives me a little dragon. So I've just been, I'm going after all the minions.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I did some kind of stealth or assassin one. I think that's what I took.
Probably like a Stabomancer or something.
Sounds
maybe. Right. But yeah, I've been playing through that. There's been a few parts where I'm just, it's very laughable. It's where I'm like, what the heck is going on? But it's been enjoyable. I did stop playing it though when I started playing more Mass Effect. So that's kind of on the back burner until Mass Effect is done, and then I'll probably end up picking that up again. But it's also, I'm not saying it was bad, it's just not one I'm ready to pick up again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, this can sit for a while and I won't miss it. But I definitely do want to pick it back up and, play it through and finish it, but I feel like I'm not in a hurry to do it.
Yeah, makes sense.
It can just kind of sit there. And... But yeah.
Okay. And then is there anything coming out in the near future down the road that you're looking forward to playing?
Yes. I think there's only one at the moment. I I haven't been watching too many game announcements, but um, the two that I am actually looking forward to, which Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, looking forward to that. And the other one is also actually a Nintendo game. It's I think it's Blanco is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and that one is like a really cute story of a deer and a fox, and it's like a penciled art style. Um, but it's very pretty. I mean, just watching the trailer for it, I kept going, "Oh, that's so cute! Oh, look at that! Oh, I can't believe it!" And I'm like, "Okay, that's definitely gonna be a game I play." Um, Probably me and Genghis will probably play that together.
Nice.
But I don't. I'm like kind of at a loss because I feel once I finish Mass Effect, I don't know what to play next because
Okay.
I know that after Final Fantasy 15, I know I had Mass Effect to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Mass Effect's about to be done, and that's a huge chunk of it, it's like, what's my next game? Because those games aren't going to be out for until late fall for Scarlet and Violet, and I don't even Blanco's not my birthday, but my birth
That
month.
month, yeah.
Um, but it's like, what do I play in the meantime?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
Okay. Is there a certain type of game that you gravitate towards?
I don't know, cause I mean, Final Fantasy was, uh, not button mash, but button and, slice through everything. Uh, Mass Effect's a shooter.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, am I gonna go to another shooter? Am I gonna maybe go to a different Final Fantasy?
Mm-hmm.
I have Final Fantasy X. I was told to play it through. So there's that. But there's also the new remake of the Final Fantasy VII.
Oh.
But I want to wait for more games to come out of that one because I know there's another part coming out.
Yeah, you got a while
And I
for that.
Yeah, unfortunately. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go through and play the first one. I can't. I don't know. It's the style. It's very old, and I might get annoyed with it.
Old. Just not zip zapping around. All right, Devil May Cry, go play that.
Look, but I'm just like, I don't know what I want to play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to play the Final Fantasy VII remake until at least another game comes out because I don't want to be just high and dry and waiting there.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I don't know what happens next. I didn't play the original.
Same.
But there's Final Fantasy X that I was gifted that I should play through, but I picked it up for like one playthrough and I'm like, I like it, but I'm not hooked.
Right. 10's good. It's got a different play style, especially if we're comparing it to 15 with the turn-based. So it's a little bit more strategic, I would say.
Yeah.
If you're looking something like 15 with that speed, even if you haven't played the other ones, Devil May Cry 5 would probably be a close comparison to it, because that one you are all over the place in a good way. At least from the little that I've played. That's another one on the backlog. Whoops. I don't know. Are there any, not arcade, but like games that are repetitive that you go back to? I know you played Overwatch for a little bit. Are you looking forward to Overwatch 2? Or do you play Fall Guys at all? Or I don't know if you play Footnut. I don't know.
Fortnite. I've been actually thinking about getting into Fortnite, no build mode.
Okay.
Because that was my biggest thing about Fortnite that I hated, was the building. I mean, good for you if you can build a 5-foot tower in 0.2 seconds. I can't. I can build a wall in a minute. And it will take me a full minute to figure out, wait, is this a wall or what is going on? Okay, can I put it here? Or, oh, it's over there now. Well, that will protect me. Maybe. You know? Fuck off with your 50-foot tower. But I've been watching a lot of the no build mode lately, and I'm like, that might be interesting, but maybe not. I'm not that great at shooting.
Okay.
I learned through playing Mass Effect 3 that I am a very close combat, like, run into you and then think about what I'm gonna do. Overwatch 2, I had high hopes for,
Okay.
but I'm also losing hype for it, I think, because it is... They said that they're not going to do any, like, next-gen stuff so far, from what I've heard.
So
Don't get me wrong.
they're launching it in 2 waves. So Overwatch 2's beta is live right now for the multiplayer. And the multiplayer is launching soon. The only big change, the biggest change is 5v5 instead of 6v6. Some characters have different abilities that they can now use, and it is limited down to teams having 1 tank, so you don't do a 2 shield strategy that they're trying to move away from. The main release of Overwatch 2, which will be like paid content, the multiplayer is all free to play, is going to be like a single player experience, player versus environment, and that will be whatever story mode they're building for that. So,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was most excited for like a story mode playthrough for Overwatch 2. But I also don't see myself buying Overwatch 2 just for the story mode.
Okay.
I told myself a while ago that I would, but now I'm like, will I really?
That's
I don't
fair.
know if I will. Fall Guys, I don't really do Fall Guys.
No.
I can never get past the first round.
Fair.
No matter how hard I try, I'm like, okay, this obviously isn't for me, and that's okay. But I mean, I feel like I don't have too many repetitive games I go to.
All right.
But I want to. Well, I guess Final Fantasy 14 could be a repetitive game that I do. I took a little bit of a hiatus, but they launched all the new stuff, and they had to stop it for a little while because it got too overpopulated and very overrun, and I haven't been on since then. But I'm sure it's died down a little bit and whatnot. And if not, then they've, accommodated all the servers to make sure like people can get in at a decent time and not waiting, 4 hours at 21,000. I remember that night.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, there are a couple I've been thinking about getting into, but haven't exactly pulled the trigger. But I'm like, what am I waiting for?
Yeah. All right. Well, nice. Very cool. Well, everybody, this has been another episode of the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast. My name is Bret, aka Enigma9011, and today I was joined once again by Kayla, aka at Rainbow Supernova. Kayla, thanks for hopping on the podcast today. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having it. It was a blast.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you guys want to catch this podcast live, you can go over to twitch.tv/Enigma911 every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Join the chat if you're a subscriber over there. Love to have you in on all the fun and the conversation. But if you can't catch it live, that's A-OK. Go over to YouTube and podcast services the very next week where it's broken out topic by topic and put as one big video and MP3 for your amusement on the following Friday. Last but not least, #ad merch store. Get all of your swag over there. T-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. Rep the brand. Support us. And we would love you for it. Kayla, thanks for hopping on again. Appreciate it.
For having me.
Absolutely. Chat, viewers, listeners, thank you guys so much for watching, giving this a listen, and we will see you guys on the next one. Take care.